How's it all, my fellow collectors of all scale collectibles, hobbyists, and just people who enjoy YouTube? Welcome to another edition of Figure This, Figure That, the Don's Figure Chat. Today we're doing a beaut of a piece. As Muate says, totally different to the pieces we've been doing as of late. So we thought, let's get Berserker in the studio. And I tell you what a fantastic looking piece under all this light. Look at that. He looks like a real, like a lizard. There's no other word for it. This is the Berserker Predator. He's the Predator that brings Royce, Isabel, Stans, the Yakuza member, to the planet where they do hunts. Decidedly bigger than the normal Predators. He's got a very interesting backstory. I'll tell you that now. Here's his box, the art box. Also very nicely done. You can see they've used like the heat vision of his biomask, how he sees humans in the actual design behind this red foam. He's aptly named Predator Berserker. That's who he is. And these Predators don't come with much. He comes with the two fists that he's got now. He gets these two hands. He gets closed mandibles, open mandibles. Come over here, he gets 3 blades, which are metal, shoulder blaster, instruction manual, and those brown strips are the strips that are supposed to be on the Predator. I'll show you now. He also comes with the ripped out spine and skull. I think it Stans, the psychotic murderer in the movie, whose skull and spine he rips out while he's still alive. But not for long, obviously. Okay. We get back to Pred. So, usually, the Berserker Predator clan was distinguished from the other Predators by this interesting jaw that's put onto the biomask. This distinguished them all from the other Preds. So I've got him standing, doing a roar, like showing off, he's the man type move. So now you see these red strips that are on his armour. I bought this figure brand new, still in box. And when I opened it up, all the straps, those straps there, had perished. Some were just totally broke apart. That was the only salvageable pieces, and I only kept them for size. So now they were brown. I've used red leather. It's just so I can pose him and have him in the cabinet. I'm waiting for the guy whose leather sheets I buy for some of it to cure. And then I'll take these off and put the brown ones back in their place. So he's right to the movie, you know. So these are movie masterpieces. Well, you see his dreadlocks at the back. He really is an impressive piece, eh? I've always wanted a Predator, and I started with the Classic Predator, which seems to be the most sought after. And then I seen this guy, and I thought, yeah, well, why not? We can't have Classic on his own. Look at the paintwork. It's really good, eh? So as I say, it doesn't come with much, but he is what is, do you know what I mean? He is what comes with the body, the mandibles. There's so much you can do with this guy with just that little what you've got there. So many different interesting poses. He's got a medikit on that arm. You lift up the flap, and he's got a medikit in there. His shoulder blaster goes in a hole on top there. And then this little red eye, see, I can point to it on the side there, that one is battery operated and it emits a red glow. I don't keep batteries in my figures, otherwise I'll turn it on for you. And that goes into a backpack on his back. So most of what you're actually getting for your collection is this beast here. Look at the armor on the feet. It's really well done, eh? Really well done. All the way up. So now this pleather was still okay around the waist. So I've 303 wiped it. And 303 wiped his dreadlocks at the back. Yeah, fantastic piece, eh? Fantastic piece. I know I say that often about all my figures. It's because I love the hobby, man. I love the hobby. I love these figures. They're really, really dope and look so impressive under lights. And all people that come into my house, not that this many, all say, yeah, that Predator. So yeah, it took me a while. It took me a while to get one. There was always another figure that I needed for my collection, usually bat related. But then, yeah, I don't know why I pulled the trigger, but I did. And I'm so glad I did, because it's a beautiful piece. And the guy that I bought him off felt so horrible that, you know, brand new figure and all the pleather was deteriorated. He refunded me most of the money that I paid for it, which is really nice of him, eh? He didn't have to do that because it was from eBay, or Evil Bay as we call it. I mean, he wasn't to know. It was still sealed. Oh, he's an impressive, he's just impressive, eh? The joints on the arms, like the elbow joints and the knee joints, they stiff as anything, eh? So when you first get them, you're too scared to move it in case you're forcing it or breaking it or something. Maybe there's a special trick to it, or, but yeah, it's just they just are super stiff. I don't know why. All the guys though, all the guys are the same. So it's not a factory fault or an issue. It's just they super tight. Maybe it's the material they use to make the body. I don't know, and I haven't looked into it. Anyway, this guy was the youngest Predator to kill a xenomorph. He quickly rose through the ranks, and then he went his own way and started his own clan called the Berserker clan, all identifiable by these jawbones on their helmets, on their bio helmets. Nice, eh? Eventually, he was the one that started up the hunter planet, bringing humans there to hunt them like big game. But he had an ongoing battle with the jungle hunters, the jungle clan. The first one that you see in Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger, the classic Pred. He's part of the jungle clan. His clan, the Berserker, is the Falconer Predator and the Tracker Predator. They're all part of his clan. And you'll see them in the movie where he's hunting Adrian Brody, who's a merc that's been brought to the planet to be hunted, along with a couple of others. It's quite a good movie. If you like this figure, you should go get the movie. It's really, really good. Keeps you on your toes the whole time. And there's some good actors in it. Lawrence Fishburne is in it. He plays the part of a guy called Nolan, who was brought to the planet before Royce and them. He managed to kill one, and he'd been living in a downed alien ship all this time, keeping away from them. The story goes that these predators, the Berserker Predators, had no honor. They would kill with whichever weapon they could. Just weren't honorable people in the hunt. Where the Jungle Clan, if you won in a fight against a predator, they honored you and they let you live. You can see that in the one with, what's his name, Danny Glover, the City Pred. And also, what's the other one, where the one in Antarctica, where he gives her the mark and then the leader, Elder Predator, gives her the spear at the end. Where these guys, the Berserkers, just wanted to kill. Kill and trophies. That's all they were interested in. As I say, they had the tracker with those, you'll see them in the movie, these predator dogs, vicious things. That's part of his clan. The tracker with the falcon, part of his clan. So yeah, very interesting guy. He was originally known in the movies, he was supposed to be called Mr. Black. There's a little interesting side story about that. You should look it up. It's a bit too detailed to go into now to explain properly. But yeah, he was known as Mr. Black. He was known as Mr. Black throughout the movie while they were filming. It was only afterwards that they used the clan's name, Berserker, to identify him. Okay, let's get on with some posing, I think. Yeah, let me just do it one last time. That's his art box. I'll do a slow pan, try and get that light out the reflection. And you can see there's the bottom of the jawbone over there. So maybe now you can make out the pred. There's his two eyes, 1, 2. There's the dreadlocks, and that's the bio mask. Very nice, very nice box. Called Predator Berserker. You come down, you get the open mandibles and the closed mandibles, 2 expression hands with nails, 3 stainless steel blades that fit into this attachment here, but on the other side of the arm. And come down again, you get his shoulder plasma cannon, instruction manual, and I think it stands STANS vertebrae and skull that he rips out, because they use stands as a trap to lure him in. And yeah, I'll leave yous with a lacquer look at Berserker Pred. As I say, those red stripes, they will be changed. Or I might leave them, I don't know. I'll see how it is. I'd have to change them if I ever had to move this pred on, because not everyone would want the red bands. But that helmet is beautiful, eh? Okay. Don't have nightmares about this, folks, because he's quite an ugly mutter trucker. Okay, see you on the flip. Alright, we start this segment of video with a close-up of Berserker, Mr. Black. He's got his closed mandibles in. He's talking to his men, the other Preds, Tracker and Falconer. and explaining to them how they will crush the enemy, rip out their spines, and keep them as trophies. I mean, that's only a face a mother could love, eh? Hey, that looks evil. There is his shoulder cannon, the shoulder pulsar cannon. Still got his armour on. Changed one of the hands to hold his mask. Now you can see it better with the detailing. It's really nice, eh? They've done such a stellar job. This is an old figure. Very old figure, actually. And I was wrong, he hasn't got a medikit in there. That's the Classic Predator that's got the medikit. So, yeah, I got that wrong. I've got him standing on a base that everyone in my collection has used who have only got a standard crotch grabber. It's just a plain black crotch grabber that you get with all Hot Toys with the Berserker Predator written on. The classic one comes with a diorama. But I thought this one's so apt for him because he's forever ripping out skulls and spines. He loves them, eh? Keeps them as trophies, you know? Let's see if we can go in and you can try and get some of the detail on his dreadlocks. No, you can't. You see, like, the bottom third is all red. You'll see that in the 360. I'll turn him around just now to show you his shoulder pack. He's got the red bristles coming out of his cheek there. The detail on the head sculpts is amazing. Wait till you see him with the open mandibles. Wow. But it looks so real, eh? They've done such a fantastic job on these. Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes. Yeah, I know. It's super dope, eh? Look, I mean, look at like the, if you think of as a lizard or a snake, the underside of their camouflage is all pale like that. Maybe a color, but pale compared to the actual paint, or the actual skin texture or color, which is that there. So that puts that lighter piece on under his bicep into stark reality, because you can see it next to this beautifully colored chest piece. And yeah, they haven't missed a detail. Haven't missed a detail. Wait till you see the Classic Predator. He's also, so he's got the body netting as well. This guy hasn't got body netting. I'm not too sure about Falconer and Tracker if they've got the netting. Since they're part of the Berserker clan, I would think not. But I don't know. Yeah, he's a nice piece, eh? And I mean, that's him standing on his own. There's no aids standing him here, and he's a very heavy piece. Yet he still stands. I suppose it's because of the flat underside of his feet. I mean, when you go in and you see the detail on the feet, look at the armour. It's really, really well done. Yeah, they left no stone unturned when they did this piece. Bet you'll dream about him tonight. He's that type of figure. He sticks in your mind. He's just awesome. I can see why people go Pred mad. Like I go Batman mad. Because they are such awesome pieces and they got such presence in the display. So this is like a movie masterpiece of a movie masterpiece. Yeah, Quite dope. You can use that if you want. I don't charge royalties if you use my sayings. But look at this bad boy. Yes, and he's big, eh? He's big. A lot taller than the other 1/6 scale figures. Very, very nice, Peter. Look at the detail on the hands. The nails. And that's impressive, eh? They would gut you from sternum to gizzard. And I love the jawbone on the mask. I think that's a nice touch. But yeah, the youngest Pred to kill a xenomorph, that's quite an achievement, eh? But then he turned a bit sour, starting a war with the Hunter clan, the Hunter Predator clan. And I think the latest Predator, which I'd really enjoy, they make a big Predator, bigger than this one, so they can come and kill this one on Earth. And now that's a beast. But I'm sticking up for Berserker because I've got him. Okay, so let's go one more time, show you the detail. Remember this detail, because just now it'll change. You'll have the open mandibles on and you'll be able to see what we all love about him. You wouldn't think just changing two side pieces like that could make a figure pop, but it does, eh? It changes the figure dramatically. Okay. Look into my eyes, look into my eyes. And I'll see you on the flip. So we start this segment with Mr. Black, Berserker Predator, going a bit berserk. As you see, he's got now the open mandibles. He's screaming out, "Look at me, look what I've just done." He's got Stan's vertebrae and skull in his hand. And if you look from above, he's got the big stainless steel blade in with the open palm. Really nice, eh? Really, really nice. Again, standing, unaided. He's just using the base for the folded leg. One of the best standing figures I've had, actually. Maybe now you can see the helmet better. The level of detail Hot Toys have gone to with the teeth and the colouring of the bone, and yeah, nice, eh? Then I stole this, which is a Predator skull from the Classic Pred, and the rock mound he's on is from Thor's hammer, from the first from the first Thor movie, when Coulson's got his hammer in the desert there. Yeah, I stole it to display this skull, because Classic Pred's got a diorama base and this guy's only got a crutch grabber, so I added that base, that stone pile, the skull. I think that's it. The rest is all him. I also moved some of his hair, the dreadlocks, down to the front, so you can see the detail on the dreadlocks. Look at that. Yeah. Really nice. And I'll tell you what, once you put these open mandibles in, this figure comes alive. Look at the detail in the mouth. Really nice, eh? It's actually a very scary face. He's an evil sod, eh? And he's got his plasma cannon pointed right at us. This guy's not going down without a fight. And I won't tell you if he wins or loses against Royce and the boys on the Hunter planet. You'd have to watch that and see for yourself. But I think the human skulls are so apt for this figure, because that's what he's all about, trophies. That he wants the whole shenada. He wants vertebrae and skull, and he just rips them out, eh? You haven't got a choice in the option. Fantastic, fantastic piece. And as I say, looks so impressive in the display cabinet. Especially paired up with Classic Pred. Hey, he's nice. Do you agree? It's a real movie masterpiece. A real movie masterpiece. That's the face that's launched 1,000 ships. I'm sure it was his face that sank the Titanic. Articulation wise, your single bend elbows, single bend knees. What you see is what you get. Very stiff. He's got some sideways torso movement, but not a lot. And he does bend a bit at the waist, but again, not a lot. You can get him like I had him in that the first pose. You can get it bent back a bit, and you can get it bent forward a bit, but that's it. It's like one solid upper part, the torso. The head sculpt's very movable. You can move that up and down, sideways, back to front, whatever you want to do. The wrist pegs have got some nice articulation. Normal wrist pegs though, so, you know, those in the know will know what it can do. So yeah, articulation, he's not the best, but he's such an impressive piece. You don't need much articulation on him, you know. You don't see him that often enough in any of the Predator movies to be able to make a consensus, I should say, on some of the poses that he would have. There's no real iconic pose that you can put him in. Is there? Correct me if I'm wrong, like. Correct me if I'm wrong. I just love him. Him and Clask. Yeah, first name terms, me and Clask. That's classic to use. I call him Clask. I'm fascinated by the head sculpt. When he's got the open mandibles in, I think it's a work of art on its own, eh? The level of detail they've gone to is just phenomenal. Never ever can say that word. Phenomenal. And the dreadlocks are just a beauty of a touch, eh? I think they make the figure. That's why at first I used the red leather, because everything else about him, there's a lot of red in him. But I'll have to go movie correct with the brown leather once it's cured. Comes with 3 size blades. That's the longest one. He's got a shorter one and then one in between the two. But I mean, that's quite long, eh? That's like a sword. A sword in his arm. Look how long it stretches out there. But this hand is also very impressive. Look at that. The detail is fantastic. So you can see there where you push it into the armour on his forearm, it just pushes in and pulls out. And that's a vicious sod, eh? Okay, let's go onwards and upwards. I shall leave yous with that vision of beauty, and I'll see yous on the flip. Alright, that's me back again. And now we've got him set up in a fighting pose. Look at the expression on his face. Is he mad or what? He's still got the long blade in. And now he's starting to decorate his camp with the trophies of the hunt. He's got his mask. He's got the predator skull in a prominent position. And he's in a real coming at you stance. Yeah, he's a beautiful piece under lights, eh? He just looks the part. And I told you earlier on, he was the youngest of the Yauta to, that's what they call, by the way, Yauta, to kill a xenomorph. He was also the youngest to achieve the rank of Youngblood. And he achieved that because of his extraordinary kill count. He was like a prodigy in amongst the Yuta. Hence why he broke away, almost like a Makilikazi, broke away from the Zulu chief Chaka to form the Matabele. This guy is like that. He's like the Makilikazi, King Makilikazi, who formed the Matabele, a warrior nation. It was Mr. Black here that set up the hunting preserve on the planet. And he had the falconer and tracker with him, who were also part of the Berserker clan. And they had their main fight was against the jungle predators. That was their main fight. But they also loved to hunt. They used to bring all weird and wonderful creatures, including humans, but humans that were good at their job of killing. Be they mass murderers, be they soldiers, and they would test them with various tricks to see what their mental strength was, to see what their physical capabilities were, and then they'd come in for the hunt. So he was quite a wicked sod, a lot bigger than the normal predator. I think he stood at 7'6", 7'8", played by Brian Steele in the movie against Adrian Brody, who was Royce. And yeah, he's a dope piece, eh? Really looks the part. I mean, you can't really see the joints, even though they're there. You can't see them. So, although it's only single bend knee and single bend elbow, they've actually did them that well that they hide the joints. I don't know if you can see the joints where the mandibles click into place on the face. They are pretty much in line with the face, so maybe you can't, but I can see them. I'm sure you can. That's as high as I could get his shoulder. I didn't want to push it any further because he's an older figure, and obviously things go awry. As I said, when I got him, he was brand new in the box, and all the pleather had deteriorated inside the box, the pleather straps. Hence why he's got red leather ones on now. Look at these dreadlocks. The colour of his dreadlocks, man. How awesome is that? And these little bristles on the side of his face there. Oh, there you can see a join, but I think that's come out a little bit. I'll just try and push it back in. No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. That's a silly idea. But look at him, eh? As I say, that's only a face a mother could love. The plasma cannon, that's as far, whoops, that's as far as it'll go up. I'll try to get it in line with his eyesight, but wouldn't go up that socket. It's only in a hole. That's all it is. I don't think there's much of a joint there to articulate it. It goes down easy enough, but doesn't come up. So as I say, he's starting to decorate his camp with the trophies of the hunt. Again, there's his face mask with the bone jar. And I just love this piece. This Predator skull. I think it is awesome, eh? The detail is magnificent. And yeah, I nicked that from the Classic Pred. I'll put the Classic Pred in with him just to show you the difference in size. And also, the Classic Predator only comes with 2 short blades. He hasn't got the long blade or the medium-sized blade like this one. I'm saying that, you know, and I could be wrong. I'll have to check in the accessories. But I think I'm right. Otherwise, I would have had them in the figure, I think. Yeah, he's a beauty. So we'll get him in a bit of a fight with Classic Pred to see how he handles himself. And I tried just now to put an open mandible with a closed mandible, but it didn't work that well. It just looks odd. It doesn't look right, so I won't be using that in a pose. Okay, Mr. Black is looking at you with evil intent in his eyes. So if I were you, I'd be scared, very scared. See you on the flip. Alright, so here we've got Berserker Predator facing off against Classic Pred. Let me just show you Classic Pred quick. There he is, looking extremely calm. He's got his pulsar cannon, holding his bio helmet, his 2 short blades. He's got his medikit and navigator on this arm. You come down, you can see he's got significantly more armour on the body than Berserker Pred. But then he's got bare feet, where the Berserker Pred has got armoured feet. You come up and you'll see the power pack on his back is different and the pulsar cannon is different. The colour of the helmet, light steel grey compared to the bronze brown of the Berserker Pred. We come back into Berserker Pred and you can see he's now got the short mandibles in because he's having a chat with Classic Pred. And I thought there was going to be a difference in height, but they obviously made them the same size. Well, he should have been bigger, I think, but yeah. Come down. He's now got the short blade in, changed out the hands. So he's just, as I say, having a chat with a Classic Pred. And Classic Pred is pointing down at that skull and he's saying, "Hey pal, that's my mate you got there. I want him back." Berserker Pred. Well, I won't even repeat what Berserker Pred said, because it wasn't nice. Wasn't nice. So I see a fight brewing here between these two, and it's not going to be nice. At the end of the fight, he will have Classic Predator crucified, hanging in his camp. I will still show you a fight scene between them, but that was just to let you know. So there's the Berserker Pred's view of Classic Pred. And there's Classic Pred's view of Berserker. Both fantastic renditions of the Predator. Hot Toys excelled when they did these. Look at that. The only thing I'd say about this Berserker Pred is he doesn't come with any sort of base. He only gets a crutch grabber with an oval stand at the bottom, which I think was a bit of a letdown when you see this guy's diorama base, like a big rock or something like that, and he's got all these accoutrements like skins hanging, and yeah, really dope, eh? Also, can you see he's got body netting over the body, where this guy has none. Now this is Classic Predator on the right here, and I'm not too sure if he's part of the Jungle Hunter clan, but he's in this scene for now. So my bad if I get it wrong. I just wanted to show you the Classic Pred up against Berserker Pred, to create a bit of cinematography magic, as they say in the business. He looks an evil sod, eh? They both do. Let's see if we can get a overhead shot. There we go. There's the manne van die Royal Hotel. Very dope. Very dope. This one, the Berserker Pred, who we're doing the video on, he stands a lot easier. I don't know if it's because of the armored feet, but Classic Pred's got sandals on, so the base should still be the same either way. But yeah, the Classic Pred, obviously he's older than this one, and his hips, well, all of these, their hips are a bit loose. Nothing to write home about, nothing bad, but if you put him on a slippery surface standing on his own, like this surface here, then his legs do slip apart. But then so does Berserker's. So yeah, but both beautiful pieces, man. Beautiful pieces. When they're together like this in the display cabinet, they rock. Although obviously I haven't got them facing each other, I've got them facing out in their own scenes type thing. But they do share a couple of skins tied to the broken branches out to dry of the various creatures Berserker's killed on his hunting preserve. And yeah, Classic Pred has now come to claim his buddy back. He wants his buddy's skull, which I can't say I blame him. His mom's got to have something to bury or eat, whatever the predators do with their dead. So there we have it. Two Preds at loggerheads shit is going to get real. So let's go in, grab a grandstand seat, and enjoy the action.